This is really a question of where you see the U.S. consumer headed. Do you feel like there's going to be a full recovery for the U.S. consumer, or do you think there's still some room to go? And we know that retailers, especially luxury, high-end department stores, have been having a bit of a hard time capturing the consumer these days, and this deal may be a product of that. What we're hearing is KKR may make an investment in Saks in order for Saks to potentially take over or merge with Neiman Marcus. And obviously this is very early stage. You know, we could even see a situation where KKR just makes an investment in Saks without pursuing a merger with Neiman Marcus. All of this has got to be worked out. And Deirdre, to the private equity side of this equation, this really shows that private equity firms are trying to come up with creative structures rather than just doing a straight up traditional buyout. You know, in the past, a lot of private equity firms were burned by going into retailers in a big way. The economy turned against them. So this is perhaps, KKR being the exception, of course. They've had a few wins as well as a few losses on the retail side. But, you know, this is really another way to get some exposure without taking a massive amount of risk on the retail space.
Okay, Christina, what could stand in the way? I mean, there's always a lot of moving parts in these ideas.
Well, here in this case, I mean, Saks is actually in some ways smaller than Neiman Marcus. And, you know, when you talk about a smaller company trying to merge with a bigger one and who has the upper hand, we may see some pushback from Neiman Marcus in terms of not wanting to do a deal with Saks. So that definitely stands in the way. Also, there may be a culture clash. Remember, Neiman Marcus is backed by TPG and Warburg, while Saks, if it does accept this investment from KKR, will have a private equity partner. So anytime you have two private equity firms on one side of a deal, it always gets tricky.